Opera House, which is one of our sister cultural centers.
You're just there in Bayview on this
Yes.
about a week ago.
So that was probably one of the first celebrations. And we created the poster for Juneteenth. Yes, I don't have the name of the artist. And many of these posters were collaborative pieces, so they weren't signed. And this is why it's difficult to hone down who exactly made the poster, because maybe one artist would come up with the concept and draw the initial concept, and then another artist would collaborate with that one, and they would help each other print. So some of these pieces were a collaborative process. You know, they would create together. And they didn't necessarily sign the posters. So that's one of the challenges we have in our archiving database, is trying to figure out who's the artist.
Okay. All right. This is beautiful.
Oh, that was a celebration of Black History Week. And I believe that was that also the Bayview? That was created... Oh, it was printed at La Raza 6.
Goodman Hall,
yes.
Jack London Square.
So that was from Oakland. Because again, La Raza Graphics printed not just for San Francisco, but throughout the Bay Area, and eventually they did work for Texas as well.
Okay, and this is a little bit closer to heart.
Oh, KALW Radio, yes.
Explain this one.
This one was the Otis Evans on KALW. That was back in let's see, I don't have a year for that. But it's again created by hand, and you have the radio. And this was very typical of the community supported type posters that were created at Grafica. The style, the messaging, it all done by hand.
Now I love this because it's
Oh,
almost
Rodessa
like
Jones.
a line shot that was colorized. Tell me about this one.
So this one, Grafica started creating prints for a lot of musicians and artists, including, Carlos Santana. And here we have Rodessa Jones and Idris Akamor with John Green. And it was using a skill. It took a photograph of the two of them, and then it created multiple screens and blends to create that image that you see that pops out. It was beautifully done. And
Look at the look on Rodessa.
yes, look at that. Fierce.
Yes.
Fierce.
Yes. Now,
Breakdance.
I'm too old to to have learned how to break dance, and thank God, because I think I'd have to go to the hospital doing this. This is 84. Explain this one.
Breaking Out, summer of '84, dance and breaking contest at
It's
California
usually
Hall.
breaking bones.
Yes. Imagine, look, the grand prizes were 40 scholarships from SF Ballet and a $1,000 cash prize, and people would break dance for these type of prizes. And again, this was another fundraiser and contest to promote the arts locally.
Okay, now Martina, these are sort of lighthearted. These aren't. Let's start with this one first. Does that have to do something with the Day of the Dead?
It has to do with the gentrification and the death of our culture in the Mission District. So what
What
happens
year was this?
in the 90s? So what happens to when the .com plague came? A lot of our little restaurants in Valencia were displaced. The musicians were displaced. So it was the death of an era. This La Rondalla cocktail lounge was located on Valencia. And that was the place where people would gather and have their margaritas, and you could hear mariachi and live music. Well, all of that is gone. And this poster makes a statement
This is an homage.
of the gentrification and the death of a culture and era on Valencia Street.
Very poignant. This looks very familiar to me.
Oh yeah, it's what we're dealing with today, police brutality. And it was happening back in the 80s as well. I mean, it seems to be something that history repeats over and over again. And here We had, it was a call for, it was a benefit to fight, police brutality, and it was also a gathering, a forum where people could come and learn more about what to do, how to protect themselves, and organize to stop the abuse of the police in San Francisco.
This reminds me of some of the posters I saw in the late 60s and early 70s, the Black Panthers sort of style.
Same style, and because it was reflective of that era. I think people of color, artists of color, this was a statement that was being made through their art, through their visual expression and communication.
Now, this probably takes me back to the 70s, I think, and especially the International Hotel. We've done a couple of pieces about how special a place that was.
It is 1979. Let's see, I don't know if I have the artist's name, but it's 1979, and it was about tenant rights. It was defending the Chinese and the Filipino community, fighting against the oppression, and it was a struggle for the International Hotel, where people were fighting for their rights as tenants against the capitalists that were coming in and taking over and displacing people from their homes to, for profits.
Wow, we got Mayor Feinstein.
Yeah, Mayor Feinstein. You have Judge Arnold depicted here. That during that time must have been one of the people that was. And then you have the four C's. I mean, you have all of the symbolic people, and you have the protesters of San Francisco, the Asian community fighting for their rights. 10 proud, defiant years.
I love the colors.
And this was made, let's see, there's a quote there by Felix Ace, and we all struggle to resist the monstrous aggression of the capitalists. We depend upon our class, the working class, and all oppressed peoples. We make the world go forward, and in the long run, we will overtake them. We will overthrow them out someday. That's revolution.
This sort of reminds me of some of the drawings you see from Mao's China.
Mao. Yeah, it has that influence. It has the communist art
And colors.
Yes.
And black.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got something a little bit more festive because this is a Cinco de Mayo poster.
Yeah, so we used to have MECA, which was the Mission Economic Cultural Association, which year after year would celebrate Cinco de Mayo. It was a big celebration, and this is a poster that was created for that occasion. And it was Cinco de Mayo celebrated at Civic Center Plaza. We don't do that anymore. This was done in 1993, and the theme was education is vision, past, present, and future. And it announces the coronation ball, the Rasatan, the parade, and the festival that was held that day.
Just a technical question. Reproducing these posters, how difficult was that? And I can imagine you have so many posters on file.
We have over 10,000 archival prints on file, and we had to first curate and select posters from each decade on representing different common themes.
How difficult a job was that?
It took weeks, and it took weeks and to come to select that and narrow it down. And then because the archival prints are so valuable, we cannot just exhibit the originals. So we had to take the originals and create reproductions of those originals. And then we had KALW come by and select from the curated collection that we had available of reproductions.
All right. This is a little more tranquil scene.
Yeah.
What is this?
That's Yes on Prop 1, Parklands and Renewable Resources Program.
That was only 22.
Yeah, that was a poster created in 1980 asking people to invest in the future. So we also created political campaign prints at Grafica, And, there are posters in there promoting health, promoting different campaigns. It was the place, the affordable place that people came to get their posters printed.
All right, and this La Familia Counseling Service?
1990. This was the 5th Family Conference. It was the counseling service of La Familia from Hayward, and we created their poster. And it was a conference that would help the individual, help. It was a self-help conference for families, parents, and individuals to promote personal development and growth.
Yeah, Hayward, a little far afield from the mission.
That's right.
All right. Now this is, I just love how stark this is.
This is Berkeley. This is a Berkeley, and this was one of the La Raza Silkscreen Center prints. And it's to promote recycling in the Bay. Help keep it out of the Bay, recycle. And then it has like this beautiful map of the area, and it promotes community conservation.
Okay, now this, we're going back into another sort of genre and another kind of mood. This, I guess this is a crop duster or an airplane, yes. And that is...
Death coming for you. Well, this is by this print was created by the renowned Esther Hernandez. She was a printmaker at Mission Grafica, and she is an icon and someone whose voice through the art has shaped a whole movement. So she had a lot of posters that focused on the farm workers, the plight of the farm workers, how they were being sprayed with pesticides and dying in the fields. So this poster is called Heroes and Saints. And it has the image of farm workers protesting out in the fields, and then it has death coming for you with the crop duster.
Now this is a broad historical piece. You see the conquistadors, and I guess this is
the story of colonialism. This is called 500 Years of Survival, and it was created by the Bay Area Regional Indian Alliance in 1992, and it tells the story of the conquest and colonization of the indigenous and native people of California.
And this was done with ink, pen. This was not a rapidograph.
No, this is ink.
The difficulty in working with ink, a rapidograph is easier. That's what I used to use when I was doing art. I just couldn't, the whole idea of getting ink all over myself and spoiling what I was working on kept me away from this.
This work is phenomenal. This is a reproduction of the original. It's truly an amazing piece to see. But I love the way that it takes you through the history of colonization.
You see the broken treaties there.
Broken treaties, broken promises.
Railroads,
conquistadores. You see all of the different tribes represented here.
Okay. This is a little more simple right here.
This is another poster made for the San Francisco Opera House in, I believe it was 1978. And it was announcing the Inner City Art and Cultural Task Force Black Renaissance Festival at Bayview Hunters Point.
One of these caught my attention right away. I lived in Washington, D.C. for several years, and this is a Denver boot.
Oh, yes.
But it is on an ice cream wagon. What is this called, and what does it represent?
So, street vendors have been criminalized over and over again in history. What we are experiencing today has happened before, and this poster was created by Mariana Garibay, and they criminalized the ice cream vendors at Dolores Park, and they were putting boots on their little ice cream trucks. So that's what,
One of my mother's favorite
Yeah.
pieces was
yeah.
there.
So that is what, this piece is very powerful, and it still speaks to what is happening today in the Mission District, when, you know, street vendors are being, the reason why that street was so quiet is they removed all the street vendors, and they removed them for a while. They're allowed to come back under a lot of
Duress.
yes, and now, you know, they're also at a very high risk of getting arrested. They have to prove that whatever they're selling isn't stolen. And it's just creating a lot of different levels and challenges for vendors that are just making a living and who are doing so by getting their correct permits and making a decent living. So they're criminalizing a way of life for many, many immigrants.
All right. Now, this reminds me of some of the members of my family, as a matter of fact. This is for a dance, right? Or
Yes, this is the 6th Annual San Francisco Street Theater Festival in 2000. And it was at DuBose Park at the Queer Culture. It was presented by the Queer Cultural Center, another one of our sister cultural centers. And it was funded by the Cultural Equity and Arts Commission. And it's a poster with a woman and facing, giving her back, and it says, "In the Street." So this is theater in the street, and it was a celebration of dance, theater, and community.
All right. Now, this harkens back to another sort of genre dealing with protests, and you see the demonstrators there. What is that? And that goes back, goodness,
This is
50 years ago.
This is celebrating women's struggles. It was a poster created in 1975. Don't know who the artist is, but it is a beautiful and powerful poster that has women climbing up a mountain with the flag and the women's symbol. The mountain is only so high. Our capacity is without limit. The stars move. Our will is unshakable. That's the inscription of the walls of a cell. Of a cell.
South Vietnam.
Yeah, and it's the women's prison in South Vietnam. So this reflects women's struggles in the 70s.
And this depicts the anatomy of the Americas.
Yes,
right
on
here.
a body of a woman. So it says, the Mission Cultural Center presents Art by Women and Girls, a celebration of international women's history. So every year at Mission Cultural Center, we have a show dedicated to women. It's called Solo Mujeres. It was started in the 70s to ensure that women would always have a space and a platform to show artwork. And this is the poster for that yearly women's art exhibit that occurred in 1994 at the Mission Cultural Center for Latino Arts.
All right, going up, we got those red, white, and blue colors.
Oh, it was an
International Children's
event.
Day.
Yeah, it was an event sponsored by gay teachers and school workers honoring International Children's Day. I'm sorry. So this was an event that took place at Douglas Playground, and you see the kite and the park, and it's just a beautiful use of positive and negative space.
All right, International Women's Day, March 8th, reminds me a little bit of sort of the Panther era art.
Yes, it shows women of color standing in defiance. Sorry.
Can we get some water?
I've been talking too much.
No, you're fine.
So it's
There we go. Always try to get the young reporters. So you gotta
Yeah.
hydrate, gotta hydrate.
gotta hydrate. So this poster was created in 1981 for International Women's Day, for March 8th, 1981. And it shows women protesting and demanding child care, not welfare. During the 80s, women
Ronald Reagan had been president for 2 months by then.
Sorry.
You're good. I said, I remember that. Ronald Reagan was, I was in
Reagan was
grad school.
removing all of the social services that supported women, in particular working women. So childcare is the backbone of our society, and it's always the first to be attacked in every single historical period.
And this right here